Have you had an urge to sing along to K-pop? Did celebrities in Korean TV dramas draw your interest in latest fashion trends? Have you ever visited a Korean restaurant to try the Korean food you saw on TV? Do you want to speak Korean and know more about Korean culture? Then you're ready to meet a new world through Korea and enjoy a new wave of cultural experience. Come to King Sejong Institute and make your dream into a reality by learning the Korean language. People around the world have taken interest in Korea more than ever, thanks to the K-wave and business expansion of Korean companies. The number of people willing to learn Korean and Korean culture have steadily been on the rise. That is why people come to learn the Korean language and culture at King Sejong Institute, otherwise known as KSI. KSI is an institution established and supported by the Korean government to provide Korean language education and promote Korean culture. KSI can be an oasis for people who have a thirst for learning the Korean language and culture, and can also be a treasure chest filled with brilliant tales of Korea. As such, KSI has been expanding each year. Now you can find one in nearly every major city of the world. KSI is the largest brand in the Korean language and cultural education. Every year, 50,000 students learn about Korea through KSI. The reason KSI is favored by such a large number of foreigners is because they can learn the Korean language and culture in the most enjoyable and comfortable setting. KSI provides a friendly learning environment that ensures high-quality Korean language education. KSI provides a standard Korean language curriculum and textbook, ensuring the same quality of Korean education regardless of the institute's location. It also suggests detailed goals for each level of education, and through the Sejong Korean Achievement Test, through which students can find out how much they've learned during the course. Students can learn Korean in the manner used by the Korean people in their daily lives, taught by native Korean teachers. The students can experience diverse Korean culture. Through various programs such as wearing hanbok, making Korean foods, and learning K-pop dances and taekwondo, students can gain a deeper understanding of Korean culture. In addition, students can gain more insight into Korean culture through special lectures given by traditional Korean artists sent from professional arts organizations. Now that you've become familiar with the Korean language and culture, it's time to visit the country itself. When that time arrives, take advantage of KSI's scholarship programs. If you want to test your learning, participate in the annual Korean speaking contest offered through KSI's around the world. If you advance, you'll receive an opportunity to visit Korea to participate in the finals. If you win at the finals, you'll be able to study Korean at one of the major universities in Korea. Do you think there's no one in your class who can match your love for Korea? If you have excelled in your Korean course, you may receive an opportunity to participate in the Korean Culture Study for KSI Learner program that will allow you to visit Korea. The most diligent students from KSIs are selected each year to to be invited to Korea for a variety of cultural experiences. This program will provide the students of KSIs a memorable experience and a chance to exchange friendship with KSI students from different parts of the world. Do you want to learn the Korean language and culture more easily? KSI also offers online classes on the Korean language and culture through its Nuri Sejong Hakdang website. The students of KSI participate in a variety of activities related to traditional Korean culture. The students of KSI can gain employment in a Korean company or study in Korea, eventually taking on greater challenges. The King Sejong Institute Foundation is a public institution funded by the Korean government and serves as the headquarters for all the KSIs located throughout the world. The foundation is working closely with major private companies, public institutions, and universities around the world to provide wider range of opportunities for the students of KSIs. Visit a KSI in your area and get to know Korea better. The world understands Korea through KSI, and Korea communicates with the world through KSI. Prepare your future by learning the Korean language and culture. It'll be a future filled with endless possibilities.